Alright, guys, this is SquidLord here, and we're back with more Call of Cthulhu. So let's just hop right into it. We're heading to the Hawkins Mansion. Now, it was quite a ways away, but let's see what it's got. Man, his face looks really weird.
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Spot/in professional.
He's clearly not doing any gardening.
You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. Day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I really want to do that, but I don't have enough.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Okay.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined. The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute.
Poor
I
kid.
didn't expect to set foot back here after the
Poor
burial.
kid.
What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? Steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Making sure to look at every little thing. Ah, I see. Is he coming? I don't think he is. I think I had to progress by myself through the rest of this. Which I don't really mind. It's just I was wanting to make sure that if he's going to come along, that he'd be coming along. Because right now I'm just trying to play investigator and trying to
This
look at
entrance is still in use. Whoa! Whoa!
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You can ask Officer Bradley if it's true. He's right behind me, paying his respects at the Hawkins family graves.
Bradley? A good guy. Not as dumb as you think.
Yeah, that's right. He'll tell you that we're working together.
Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin I keep an eye out.
Vermin.
Yeah, that's it. Vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Goodness, I nearly died. I mean, I could have just sat and...
What now?
Piers, shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Alright. I'm very interested to see how this is going to turn out. Because I'm really into this. It's just... the really slow pacing is what's getting me. You know, I don't want to miss anything, so I'm just constantly having to make sure everything's going all good. So, I'm just kind of easing on by. I almost messed that up with Winchester, because, man, oh man. If I wasn't fast enough as is, would have died. Would have got chop suey. Or had to bust in. And the load screens on this game. Oh Lord, they take forever. But, you know, this is a really inspirational kind of game. You know, if we play through, manage to finish this out, then, you know, if enough people want it, I'll play Sinking City, which I'm most likely going to end up playing anyway because it looks pretty cool.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
I don't know who left the light on. Looks like they left quite a few lights on. This place is supposed to be burnt to the ground, right?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this?
It's monster meat. That's what it is.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Let's see. Anything else? Oh.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Piers. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Sarah Hawkins painted herself with her son, Simon, ready to go somewhere, but without Charles.
I didn't even know that chair was there. Okay, nothing else here. Okay, so let's look through here. Nope.
Charles and Sarah's wedding was painted by Sarah herself.
Huh. Charming.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Actually, no. I didn't even look at it again.
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way.
Because it didn't look at the back of it. Like a dum-dum.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Did it stop at the time of the fire? They had a fight. Why? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
One more thing I'm missing.
Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Much of this evidence simply contradicts the investigation's findings.
Really? Tell me about it.
I found a bottle of whiskey. Empty.
Well, that must have been a loss for you.
No glass. I suspect one of them drank heavily to calm down. Charles, most probably.
That's pretty thin. Who says that bottle hadn't been there for a while?
I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I got here.
Without your authorization? By whom?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So... well...
It would seem at least one person fled the crime scene.
What'd you say?
That mark on the door. Someone's hand slid down there. The left side has no mark. The door was open and that someone left.
For God's sake. I mean, if it's Charles or Sarah, they wouldn't have left their son.
They would rather die in the flames as a family instead of calling for help? I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah?
I was under the impression the fire started around midnight.
Yes, Silas banged on our door around 1 a.m. Poor devil ran so hard he was almost belching his lungs out.
This clock burned before 10 p.m.
That's impossible. What you imply? Silas never would have hurt the Hawkins family. Besides, Dr. Fuller confirmed the hour of death in his report. Your clock must have already have stopped.
Honestly, you don't find that suspicious?
That's troubling, I have to admit. But I trust Silas. And Dr. Fuller is an authoritative figure. The mainland folks are damned envious that he's here with us. A brilliant surgeon, and a friend of the family. I'm sure he took the matter to heart. So, excuse me if I value his opinion over yours.
So be it. Let's move on. I suspect this lamp caused the fire.
That's what the investigation suggested, too.
But does your report mention the bloodstains? The lamp didn't fall, it was thrown at someone.
For heaven's sakes, no. The report doesn't mention that.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Ooh. Let's consult the diary. Let's increase that. I have 4 points. How did I get 4 points? Ooh, okay. All right. Submerged city. Well, just get. Okay. I'll look at all those later. Inventory. Okay. Alrighty, Whitey. Let's.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
Okay, I'm not gonna open up that door yet. Actually, screw it. I'm gonna open up this door.
This door is locked.
Alright, so... Book of medical... or... medicine and blank situation. Okay. Woo. I got 1 more point to medicine. That's nice. thing.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose?
Not mine. Which is a good thing. Or a bad. Bim, bim, bim.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor. A sea shanty.
I don't want to go outside just yet. Can I even go upstairs? I cannot. Alright. That's good. Let's get going over here.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Dated 1818.
That's really... Ooh. Burnt my finger. I didn't know I could do that. What? So my lighter can get too hot. That's good to know. I did not appreciate that at all. That would be a big nopage. Ooh, my medicine may go up quite a bit.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Huh. Can you please? No.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
So, you're saying that they were forced to live in a ruined house?
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Okay, alright, alright. Let's see what he makes of this.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
Can I go upstairs? Ooh, I can. This is nice to know. Oh, my head. Quit itching.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
I want to finish looking through this whole mansion before I...
One of
stop.
Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. 20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep. A crowbar could prove useful.
I didn't even know there was a hidden item in here. I just stumbled across it. So that's interesting to know. That you can stumble across things like that. I am sneaky.
A book on hunting whales. The island's staple diet last century.
What? Okay, that's an interesting little mechanic for your light. I don't see anything as to what's keeping me from exploring the rest of this mansion. So I'm just gonna keep exploring. And keep ignoring.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I've always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue as to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If the disturbances were to recur, believe me that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully, yours, Anton Willard? Huh. This guy's got a photographic memory like nobody's business. That are just really deep pockets. Either one's really helpful. Can I clear this up down here? No. It's not one of those, so I can't clear it up to make things easier. I can jump down. Possibly. Maybe. Regretfully. So, turn that off, turn it back on. I don't want to burn my thumb again, so that's why. Interesting. A lot of blank canvases.
Locked.
Oh. I don't like this. At all. No, I'm going to leave the door open.
The boys' room.
You know, just doing Batman. You know, just being Batman, you know. All this other goody-good stuff. But that's not available for me. That's not available for me. So
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
There's still something that I have to look. And
What was
find.
going through that boy's mind? The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time.
He seemed worried about his mother and her attacks. Tension also seems to be growing between the Hawkins couple. Could the fire result from an argument? That's what I most likely say. It's because that's what it seems like. I kind of wish. Do. Well, that's interesting. Is this still locked?
Locked.
There's something hidden in there. There's something hidden. Ooh. Are you to this door? Oh, you are. Oh. Oh.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My very dear Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on the Lost Island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors that beg to you to send some new paintings. The last ones so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been, are selling at a premium price. Your percentage of the most recent sales is attached. And do not forget your friend who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L. Well, he seems pretty interested. Interesting enough as is. Alright.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
God. Wish I could make that money off my art.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
Oof. Ooh. Spooky.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Or so it seems. Bum bum bum.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? Looks like a revocation ritual. Was she trying to invoke something or banish it?
Let's see. I don't really understand what's going on.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Okay. So, I think I've gotten everything in here that I can actually see. Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Bradley? Is that you? What will her room reveal about her? This padlock is too complicated for me. A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller.
Taken if attacks become too violent. Do not consume alcohol or any other medication during the period of treatment. Okay.
That's a massive dose. Was Sarah violent?
That would be a turn of events. Actually have the lady be...
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
But I think it's more panic attacks than anything. Sarah Hawkins sketches the gower of horrors, then anatomical studies. Do they represent what haunts her nights? Trying to make real good sure that I, not losing anything. Oh.
Is anyone there?
It's a picture of me.
You! Stop! Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go? It looks like an old Seaway map.
Alright. That's interesting.
They look like Celtic
Do
runes.
you really think that your future
Charles
came
must
in
have
here?
brought them back from one of his
I don't
foreign
see any
trips. This Dr. Fuller, was he Sarah Hawkins' therapist?
Understand your worries and assure you, Sarah, that you're in good hands. Your full potential will only be able to express yourself if she is placed in a secure environment surrounded by qualified staff. Discussion. The decision is yours, of course, but I see to understand that you are running out of time. Your friend, Thomas
Yeah.
Fuller.
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. I'd be better off not touching them for the moment. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism. Looks like it worked.
Oh, how did I manage to get that? First try.
Well done, Pierce.
Oh my lord.
Seems like this came from a log.
Alright. We sailed north one morning. Captain Hamilton is confident. He says that all the best Ophirius this season will beat the Ophirius this season, I guess is what it is. May God be merciful. I preferred it when whales disappeared without a trace. These corpses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. They're being eaten by huge beasts. I can hold Hampton at a bad omen, but he doesn't care. We dropped anchor near the village. The Amazons say the waters are red with blood of the sacred beasts, but to follow them is to defy God. I allow them to only be feared by God Almighty. Loneliness of hold, I am scared. Oh my Lord. I have sighted a huge whale in the distance. It seizes. Its size seems to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. We've caught it. We've almost. Darkwater we have beaten and returned with empty hands. Silica and Hampton only memories.
There must be a link with the Seaway map. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Oh, I still wanted to go back up that room with the painting and double check, but no. The secret cave. Alright guys, I'm going to end this episode here. Like, this is getting way too in-depth, way too fast, and it's made the episode way longer than I wanted it to be. But if you're still interested in this, smash that like button and I'll keep making more videos of it. Because I really want to see where this progresses. And if you want to be notified when I do upload another copy of it, or another episode of it, hit that notification bell. And you'll be uploaded every time I upload a video. And if you want to keep notified, go over to my Facebook page at SquidLord_XD and just leave a like on there, and I'll be able to interact with you guys more often. And as always, guys, keep up the shenanigans. I'll see you in the